So, as promised, I will give my thoughts and predictions on the upcoming MLB playoffs, but first I want to get to my very, very wrong, very, very unopinionated opinions about football. Now, why am I doing this, considering that last year they went completely, horribly wrong? Because it's fun. That's why. So, let's get into it. Prediction number 1. The Cleveland Browns will win 3 games this year. If week 1 has taught us anything, it's that the Browns are here to take names and not lose every game. Well, maybe not win them, but they at least tied in their opener. So with that unbridled optimism in Cleveland, I will say that they will at least win 3 games. Maybe 4 if they're lucky. Opinion number 2. Sorry, Jets, but week 1 is not an indicator of things to come. While their 31-point third quarter to win their opener 48-17, I believe. It's impressive, but I think it's more of an opportunistic pile-on a defense that can't really hold it together. A lot of what the Jets have is semi-unproven, and considering the rest of that division, I don't really see them taking away the division. They could get a playoff spot, but not the division, unless, in opinion number 3, Tom Brady finally kicks the bucket and retires. Why am I saying this again, considering I was wrong in this opinion last year? Well, because he's at the age where it could happen in a blink of an instant. We've seen it in baseball, we've seen it in football, we've seen it in every sport. So, this is a semi-safe opinion. And as for the Giants, well, they can only go up from last year, so my 4th prediction is that they will do better than last year, and we'll leave it as that. As for who wins the Super Bowl, well, it's too early to tell. What isn't early to tell is the playoff picture for baseball, and that's where I'm going to get into it. I have given my brief opinions on it in the past, but here is my more detailed analysis. For the American League, obviously the Red Sox and the Yankees will get in. The Red Sox is a wild card. In the Central, the Cleveland Indians have no competition whatsoever. And in the West, it looks like it's going to be Houston and Oakland, with Oakland being the second wild card. Now for the picture, should that happen, I would say that Yankees beat Oakland, Boston beats the Yankees, Houston beats Cleveland, and, well, it's a toss-up between the Astros and the Red Sox. I'm going to say the Astros just because I don't want the Red Sox to win. For the National League, the picture is a little murkier, mainly because some division and wild card pictures have not been cleanly resolved. The only one that has is the NL East, where it looks like the Atlanta Braves will win the division, and quite handily, actually. In the Central, previous predictions said that St. Louis would be on the outside looking in. However, at this late date, September 11th, we have the Cardinals still in the second wild card spot. I still don't think it's going to stick, but what I think might stick, and it depends on the series that's currently ongoing, is that the Brewers overtake the Cubs and actually stick with it. So the Brewers actually will now win the Central, and the Cubs will get in as the first wildcard team. Over in the West, the Colorado Rockies have usurped both Arizona and Los Angeles, with the Dodgers actually overtaking Arizona even. So the prediction there will be that Colorado wins their first ever National League West, despite their leaky bullpen. But I still think Arizona will make a late run and take the second wild card, leaving the defending National League champions on the outside looking in. Now for the playoff picture in the National League. The Cubs would easily beat the Diamondbacks in a wild card game, hands down, especially if Cole Hamels is the one pitching. However, by virtue of best record against wild card, the Cubs would face the Brewers, and considering the late run that the Brewers have been making, I think that the Brewers will advance to the championship series. And Atlanta would easily pounce on the Rockies' bullpen and advance to the championship series. Where, unlike in the American League, I can say that Atlanta would advance to the World Series. Their lineup and strong starting pitching combined would make a great weapon against the Brewers, who have a great offense, but part of their bullpen is a little patchworky at the moment. As for who wins the World Series, I will have a prediction later, closer towards the postseason about that. But for now, this has been Greg. These have been my predictions. They may be horribly wrong. We can reflect and laugh on it when that happens. But until next time, see you then.